Yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another Manchester United Arsenal show brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note. So please keep all your comments, all your questions, Manchester United or Arsenal related. I see all of you lot in the comment section already talking about the title. Obviously, Kai Havertz is the main talking point from the friendly between these two football clubs, Manchester United and Arsenal. We do have the Gunner Talk from the Arsenal podcast, Arsenal, and also the Arsenal representative in the building. Cam is here as well. You lot continue to bump up the likes already. Just under 50 of you lot in here. So you lot were waiting for
I'll
this
be on
one.
camera. I'll be on camera in like literally 2-3 minutes. I'm
No
just
stress,
finishing off
fam.
what I'm eating, innit?
Yeah. Do your thing, man. Do your thing. But Cam
You
is
know,
here.
pot noodle out here. You get me?
Yeah, man. Do what you gotta do. Large up to everyone in the chat. Like I said, get your questions in. Please keep.
People think I'm gonna go. You know what's funny? I'm looking at the chat. People think I'm gonna go mad because of a preseason game. Nah, I'm gonna go mad, but not because of a preseason game.
Yeah.
People just want to hear your thoughts. I'm gonna go mad at no.
Yeah, people want to hear your thoughts. So, like I said, Manchester United or Arsenal related, make sure you hit the like button on the video as well. Make sure you do that. Whether you're watching live right now or watching this back after the live, hit that like button, people. Please share across all the socials. Pay the tax when you enter the city of Sarcasm. Share across all of the socials. Follow at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. And
I'm back on my computer, so I can start.
Yeah, exactly that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel as well, people. Obviously, we're upgrading during preseason, so Cam comes back on his laptop. Back on his computer. Sorry, microphone incoming as well. So we're gonna keep the show on the road. Obviously, you normally get it on Thursday, people, but I wasn't about, so that's why you didn't get it Thursday, which has actually worked out because now we can actually talk about the game.
It's actually worked out perfectly because if you actually think about it, we was gonna you wanted to run it at 10:30 last night. But then obviously you at the time when you said it, I didn't even clock it when you said it. Obviously, it was the United Arsenal game at 10. And then when you said should we do it after, I was like, late one, kind of tired, whatever. But when you said 4:30, I said, you know what, that's perfect, bro. That's actually perfect, bro.
Because I was good, like I said, I was thinking about whether to do this separate or add you into, with the Chelsea and Spurs show. Shout out to Surfer and Jess. So this is how this worked out. Large up everyone in the chat. I see you lot already. As you can see from the title, people, what is Kai Havertz's best position at Arsenal? We'll be discussing that. Manchester United continue to chase Hojlund as well. Someone said that in the chat. I'm sure we'll be discussing more with Arsenal as well, whether it's Ramsdale, Arteta, etc., Timber, Declan Rice. Same with Manchester United. Onana in. You got Mason Mount there, still chasing Hojlund, like I just mentioned. Amrabat news still going around as well. Plus more Kylian Mbappe being on the market. So fans of both our clubs getting gassed about that. Why? I have no idea, but we do
I have no idea. I'm getting gassed just for agenda purposes, but.
Yeah, but at least you're saying it there. You're being honest. Yes, agenda purposes. But big up to Colbert, who says Havertz's best position is on the bench. Big up Stephanie G. Big up Ed in the cut as well. Says Cam Therapy our loading. He says big up the lads as well. Stephanie G. See, they know you well. He says Cam will be okay. He's the realist. Just don't mention you know who. Big up to 40 Chats who says big up Flawless and Cam in the chat. Can we discuss Ramsdale? Man hasn't saved the penalty for Arsenal since he's been here. I didn't actually know that. However, how many penalties has he faced? Because that could be unfair.
Oh, bro, I did the research last night.
We'll get to that. We're going to get to that. I think it's time for us to get another goalkeeper. What's your take on it? We will get to this as well. I just big up to Warrior J, Shakara, see you, Taha, Mufasa, Timo in the chat as well. Good to see Timo in the chat. Mr. Handball, Classified, Kingsman as well. Let's see who else is here. TJ Warren, the Don Carefree Lewis out there signing shirts. Big up to Lewis. I see Lewis signing shirts. Lewis,
bro.
Like I've already said, man, one of the goats.
You know, everyone thinks I was like, because obviously I'm such a one of them. I just banter about anything. Yeah. But I kept saying it, and I still believe it, bro. I believe it. Bro, he's next up. Lewis is next up. Like first you had Troops, then you have Flex, then we have X. Now it's gonna be Lewis.
Yeah, like I said, when it comes to content creators in general, and when it comes to I'm saying Chelsea content creators, he's one of the best, and he's one of the most well known, and he's one of the most consistent
Matisse for a reason. Well.
Yeah, Matisse is definitely up there. That's why I always give people their flowers. Like, well, run jokes and bants at each other, run jokes and bants. You know what I'm saying about each of his teams, etc. But like, always give people their flowers, and that's why I'm always super thankful for everything Lewis has helped me with personally. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of content creating and with the channel as well. So shout out to Lewis. Because for those that don't know, like I always state, Lewis was the first non-Manchester United content creator who was over on this channel on a regular basis. He was the first people. Like, he was the first person to say, yo, come over to Sarcasm City TV. It's fire over here. And that's why you see so many other Chelsea content creators on the channel, and why you see so many other Chelsea fans in the chat.
That's why you see this channel get overrun by Chelsea.
Yeah, with Chelsea, yeah. Apart from when they're losing. You know what I'm saying?
When they're losing, then suddenly, the Q&A tonight. Basically, I've got to be up at like 5 a.m. for a meeting.
Yeah. Facts. But big up TBG, big up Star-Lord. Not even God willing, Lewis, you're well on your way, man. Trust me. Like I said, from when I seen you signing shirts, that's how you know.
That's how you know, bro.
I think was it Jez who said, yeah, that kid go sell that shirt in like 20 years for peas. I might get Lewis to sign some shirts now.
I'm thinking the same thing, bro. Hey, Lewis, when I'm at the carnival, I need you to sign a couple shirts for me still. 20 years time, they're going to come good, bro.
Yeah, facts. Yeah, and see, I was right. Taha said it. Yeah, bro. Lewis brought me to this channel. I'll be real. A lot of people, and obviously a lot of non-Chelsea fans as well. You feel me? So salute to Lewis every single time as well. Let's see what else you lot are saying. But yeah, smash the likes. Over 100 of you lot in the building already. So big up, over 100 of you lot in the building. So you lot really waiting for this show. Only at 42 likes though. Get us up to, let's go 70 likes, people. Let's bump up them likes. Like check 1212. Let's get up to 70 likes. Continue to share this across all the socials. And like I said, subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. We're at 7,263 subscribed. Hit that notification bell. Also, let's see what else you lot are saying in the chat. But yeah, we'll start with the one I started actually. So to Footy Chat's talking about Ramsdale, him not saving a penalty since he's been at Arsenal. You said you've done the research. So how many penalties is it that he's actually
professionally at Arsenal? Non-penalty shoots out included, by the way.
Yeah, non-penalty shootout. Fair.
He's faced 11 penalties.
Yeah, and
he's conceded 8. And the 3 that he didn't concede were all wide. Two were wide. One was the post, which was Bruno.
Okay, so yeah, he did miss that. Yeah,
so he's not actually saved a penalty. Penalty shootout wise, bro, I don't think he's. I'll be real with you. I've never seen him save a penalty ever.
How many competitive penalty shootouts has he?
But that's the thing, competitive penalty or whatever, friendly competitive. I don't know.
I don't think you might have been in many shootouts. Probably one.
He's not been many. Maybe 1 or 2.
Okay.
But even then, like, I might be wrong about this. I don't think he might. I don't think he saved one if they did miss. I think if they missed the actual goal.
Okay, yeah. I hear
you know what I'm saying? Like, he might.
I think this is a bit harsh though to say it's time for you to get another goalkeeper.
Bruv, he's dead, bro. Bruv, if you saw the goal, bruv.
I did see the goal. He should have saved it. He should have saved the shot from Bruno.
Listen, I said it before. I'll say it again, bro. His second season at Arsenal, I thought he was all right.
Yeah,
I was taking back what I said. Maybe I was a bit harsh. But then what happened last season? Yeah, sorry, first season. Sorry, what happened last season though? I kept saying it, even though we were winning games, we were conceding because of this guy, bruv. Before Saliba got injured, the goals that we were conceding. Because of this dickhead, bruv. The guy is like all he wants is the camera save, bruv. That's all he fucking wants. And because he does it so theatrically, he doesn't want to be like, like a normal fucking keeper. He wants the theatrical side to it. He obviously wants to be an actor when he's older. It costs him. Like last night was, bruv, that was one of the most simplest saves I would have seen a keeper make.
He should have saved it.
He wants to make it so quick. Oh, quick, let me put some pizzazz, whatever it's called, pizzazz, whatever the fuck.
Nah, we know what you mean, fam. Yeah. I know the word you're trying to say. Yeah,
to save the fucking ball, and then it goes in. Little Salt Bay, like what the fuck? Like if Salt Bay came to my and I went, what are you doing, bro? Just where's the fucking? Just do it normally, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, bro, just get the salt shaker out and, bro, I don't want. Bro, why is your hands on my salt, bro? Fuck off. Why is your hands and then your arm on my salt before it hits my food, bro? Like, nah, bro, this is not what that is, bro. Like, look, he's a good keeper. I'll give him that. He is a good keeper, but he ain't world class. He's not world class.
Do you think he can get better though? He is at the age where he can get better. It's not like
he can. The funny thing is, he can get better. He can get better.
Will get better.
I'm not even saying he can't get better, but his problem is this theatrical bullshit that he pulls off. Like, even Sancho's goal. Don't get me wrong, Sancho's goal was a good goal in the sense the way Sancho took it, and I'm not taking it away from Sancho too much. That was a Gabriel mistake more, but I've seen keepers that are considered worse than Ramsdale save that same shot.
Got you.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, obviously it was on Gabriel because of the mistake, but it just went straight under his feet. And that pitch was just awful, bro. That pitch was fucking awful, bro. Like, from the time the ball doesn't bounce or roll, you know it's dead, bro.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean, bro?
Yeah, I hear you, bro.
So, like, that pitch was awful. I'm not surprised. Ahmed got an injury.
Oh, Ahmed.
Someone tried to say he was an Arsenal player, but if you actually watch the clip where he gets injured, bro, there's no Arsenal player around him.
Hey, somebody in the chat, let me know if there's been any update on Diallo's injury. Actually.
But I'm not surprised, bro. I'm not surprised there was an injury. That pitch was awful for a football pitch. That was a disgrace. It took me back to like 20 years ago. Remember when you used to go to places like fucking I can't even say Blackburn because Blackburn were considered all right.
Just terrible pitches. I know what you're talking about.
But you know the terrible pitches.
Been there, like, yes.
Like, Sunday league pitches basically.
Yes, bro. Sunday league, Saturday league. Yep. Fully aware.
You know what I mean? So that's but the pitch was awful, and look, I'm not mad that we lost, but bro, Ramsdale, oh my word, that guy. I'm sorry, he can't be the keeper that we think. Well, if he ends up going in the same path with all this theatrical bullshit, we can't have that. He's not good enough for us to win the Premier League or Champions League. I'm sorry.
Yes.
He's not good enough.
All right.
Do you know what I mean? Like, he pulls off. Like, don't get me wrong as well. He pulls off some stunning saves sometimes. But
you're saying at this current moment, the level he is at, even though you think he's a good goalkeeper, he's not good enough for where Arsenal are trying to go. And the aim is Premier League, Champions League. That's the aim for Arsenal.
That's the aim, bro. That's always the aim, bro. That's always been the aim.
I fully hear that. That is, let me get to the super chat. Let me get to the super chat real quick, and then we'll go back to the Ramsdale situation. That's cool. Big on Mike for the super chat. Much appreciated. He said, I saw for the first time yesterday what Ten Hag's transition football looks like. I'm on board. We had more possession than Arsenal in the first half before all the subs. Here's what I'd say with that. Like I stated, can that type of football be successful? Yes, this is why I've stated for the longest. I have no issue with the quote-unquote, it's all good, the quote-unquote change with what Ten Hag's trying to do. I like Ten Hag as a manager. He's a competent manager at the very worst. The levels he's going to go to, we will see. But he super impressed me with how he dealt with the first season, how he dealt with all the issues, and how much of a mess we was. And even him getting rid of the Hale and bringing in Onana, that's such a positive step in the right direction, and the ruthlessness in which he did that. And in regards, just because you play more high energy, high pressing football doesn't mean you can't have more possession. Like I said, my worry is obviously when we're playing better sides, because the style is not the issue. My issue is personnel. I've said this for the longest, because we do not have goals. I've said this. You take Rashford out of our attack, we are Chelsea. B and Eddie did Man United on Friday, and somebody, I can't remember, actually they're probably watching, somebody put the Premier League goal scorers for like Manchester United's goal scorers, and Eddie looked at it and was like, right, I knew it was bad, but I didn't realize it was that bad. And it's not until you seen it on the screen and it was a comment and with all the numbers and just how bad it was. Like, we only had one player who scored double-figure goals in the Premier League. That's not enough. We need to add more goals. And obviously, the window's not closed. We've been linked with Hojlund, but we still need more. Has to be Hojlund and another midfielder as well, in my opinion. But I trust in Ten Hag. That's why all of his signings, by amount, I'm fully on board with, and I'm fully with you. There's different ways to win football matches. Just win. So yeah, man, like Mike saying he's fully on board with it. I'm backing it. It's like I said, it's just more so I don't trust the personnel. It's not Ten Hag I don't trust. It's the personnel. but we'll see. But yeah, go on, fam. But Mike, big up for the super chat. Appreciate it.
Yeah, no, brother, it's true because when I was watching the game, yeah, like I could see what Arteta was doing. He's trying different transitions in play, different formations. Like you could see it. You could like, especially second half. That second half, you could literally see players every 5 minutes moving into a different position.
Yeah.
Like 1 minute, Timber's a left back, a right back. Sorry. Next minute, he's in the midfield, and then next minute he's on the wing. So, bruv, like I get what he was doing, but I didn't really see that. I feel like Arteta took this game too serious because barring 4 players in that squad that we started last night, that's gonna be our main squad for the season.
Yeah,
you would have thought anyway.
That's gonna be your team. I did see people saying that on socials that he played.
With
obviously,
the thing is, Arteta came out last night and even said, of course, there's like when it comes to Odegaard, Havertz, that prick, and Rice. Obviously, it's all.
Wait, who do you call a prick? Odegaard.
Havertz.
Oh, Havertz. Oh, see, go on. Carry on.
He says, yeah, because obviously they've got no chemistry in midfield right now because that was their first actual game together properly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So there's obviously he goes after 55 games, it's not going to be like that. If they play 55 games together, that 55th game they're going to be like that instead of like that. They're going to be like, you know what I'm saying. But my big thing was it. If you're watching Havertz fucking playing, you think that he's good enough for the fucking. For anywhere on the guy shouldn't even be a bottle man. The guy shouldn't even be on the reserves, bro. This fucking guy is so shit, bro. Oh my!
Hold that thought.
He was so bad.
Hold that thought, fam. One second
before you say anything, yeah. Go on. Let me tell you this.
Go on.
Because I watched the game, and I was paying very close attention in the first half because Mount was playing. Yeah. Mount was so shit, but quiet. That Havertz was that bad that no one said fuck all about Mount.
Yeah. I noticed that nobody, because I asked this, I said no one said anything.
Mount did one all right thing. He did one all right thing, which was a little back heel. Barring that, he was as bad as Havertz. But because Havertz was that much worse, no one said shit about Mount. He kept Mount quiet. Mount would have said, fuck, Havertz was playing today, bruv. This guy is so dead. Oh my God, bruv.
Before Cam goes further on this, people.
Before
you go further on this, there's over 180 people in here. We're only at 67 likes, people. First and foremost, let's get us up to 100 likes. Like check 1212. Let's get us up to 100 likes. When you enter the city of Sarcasm, people, when you enter the city, pay the tax. It's free. All we need you to do is hit the like button, share across all the socials at That's Be Flawless on Twitter, Instagram at Sarcasm City TV across all socials. Retweet, like, share, all that good stuff, please. And subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV as well. And when you subscribe, make sure you hit the notification bell. We are at 7,265. There's over 180 of you lot in here. I'm only asking for 5 more subscribers. Only 5 people. Hit the subscribe button. Get us to 7,270 because I'm going to be on you lot's case in regards to that as well. And don't forget, we are available on all audio platforms as well, people. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV. And this show and all the other shows on the YouTube and on the Twitch, apart from watch-alongs and fan-calling shows, are available on audio-only platforms, people. I'm going to drop the links in the chat. The links are underneath in the description as well. But Cam, that is the main point of, you know what I'm saying? Well, the main talking point, the main question of this podcast episode. What is Kai Havertz's best position at Arsenal? And on top of that, your further thoughts on his performance yesterday.
At the training ground.
What do you mean at the training ground? What he needs to improve?
Stay there. Don't even come to a football match.
One game.
I don't even want to see him in the match day squad. I don't even want to see him there. You know, when the people that don't make the match day squad that chill in the back, you know, in that little section. I don't even want to see him there, bruv. He's shit, bro. He's got no position, bro. And this is my problem, yeah. And I said it last night on Lewis's streaming. I don't care anymore, bro. How fucking dare, yeah, that Minerals dumbass, yeah, compare fucking Havertz to Dennis Bergkamp. Do you know how insulted I feel after watching that prick last night, bro? Oh my God, I swear to God, yeah. The fact that Johnny thinks Havertz and Mineral Mount has fucking minerals in football, and their minerals are so dead, bruv. They've got no minerals, fam. The minerals are just non-existent, bruv. And they're so fucking dead. How dare you compare your deader player, your shittiest, laziest, camel-sucking player, yeah, to fucking Dennis Bergkamp, bruv. Yeah? Johnny's talent ID, I don't give a fuck anymore. Johnny's talent ID is non-existent, bro. My daughter has a better talent ID than him, and she's 18 months old, bro. She can barely say 3 words together, and her talent ID is better than Johnny's, bro. Man, compared Dennis Bergkamp to this prick, to this absolute, bro. He's not even a footballer, bro. He's not, bro. The referee outrun him.
The referee didn't out. I heard he had something like 11 touches at one point.
Bro,
I don't know how many it was in total.
The whole match, they had 19 in the first half. I think they did a comparison. I think they both Mount and Havertz had 19 touches in total.
Just to clarify, I'm happy about Mount having 19 touches because all his best attributes are off the ball. I don't need him on the ball. So the fact he had 19 touches to me is good. I said this yesterday. Say this again.
Fucking hell, bro. He's dead, bro. He's probably one of the worst players I've ever seen play football, bro.
I think like he said, no flawless.
Do you know how bad it is?
The ref did it out.
Bruv, he did. He did, bro. You think I'm saying it just to be funny, bruv? He fucking outrun him, bruv. Bro, I'd rather Robbie Savage. I swear to God, I'd rather Robbie Savage in 2008 than this prick at my club, bro. Oh, swear to God, bro. I'd rather. Oh my Lord, this guy is so shit, bro. It's not even a road runner. At least you got a road runner. We don't
because that's what. Like,
we don't even have the coyote, bro.
Yeah, because he's saying what I'm saying about Mal, because he says Flawless just wants him to road run. I see the vision. That's the facts. Because someone mentioned it in the chat. Salute to who it was. And when I stated what I said and said, I'm glad he only got 19 touches. He wasn't on the ball. The man in the chat said, you know what? Facts. I don't need Mount on the football. I don't need Mount on the ball.
Do you know how much we're paying this fucking camel, bro? We're paying this prick 331k a week, bro. Like, I didn't know that. I thought it was like 250 up until last night anyway. That's why thing you were saying in the chat. I went off on one, innit? Because that's when I found out it was actually on 331k, bro. Like I generally thought it was like 250, no more than 300, to be honest. Yeah. But when I saw 331, I went, what? How are we paying him this much money for nothing, bruv? Mm-hmm. I feel like this is Phil Jones, bruv. I'd rather Phil Jones. Bruv, this guy is bad. Bruv, this guy is so shit. Oh my word. I can't even.
So why is it? Was it because he didn't give you anything? Is that what it is?
He gave nothing, bro. And people are telling me, they're trying to say, oh, well, it's a new system, new team. He's never played this position and da. Bro, I saw the same shit he did last night at Chelsea for 3 seasons, bro, which was fuck all, bro.
No, you right.
It doesn't matter where the player is put. He's still doing the same shit, bro.
Yeah.
He's not, which is nothing, bro.
Yeah, you don't offer anything. He don't
offer anything. Fuck all, bro. He doesn't even offer an extra body. That's how bad it is. He's a weak little shit, bro.
I can't believe the ref outran the man, yo. That's bad funny, yo.
Bro, he's shit, bro. He is short, bro. He is. Oh my god. Anyone that defended this fucking. Well, if Arteta sees it, I think you fucking dick.
Yeah. That is what I don't get.
You're an embarrassment. You're an embarrassment to this fan base, bro. That's like, how dare you? Well, Arteta's. You know Arteta's talent ID ain't great, bro. Just because he had a decent season last season doesn't mean that his talent ID is great. Look at half the players that he signed. Half of them don't even fucking start.
Right. And it don't mean that even on the flip side, even if he had a great talent ID, managers get things wrong. We've seen better managers than Arteta get things wrong. We've seen Arsene Wenger. You know what I'm saying? Who's one of Arsenal's greatest ever managers, one of the greatest managers we've ever seen in the Premier League. He got signings wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, we've seen whoever your GOAT manager is currently right now, whoever your GOAT is overall, has got things wrong. Bro. Yeah.
Seems to be every year there's one or two players we signed that end up not making the fucking cut, bro. Maybe 3 or 4 of them. Like, how many players have we signed since January 2020? That was his first official window, even though he was only in the job for a couple of days. If you look at all the players we signed from there up to now, yeah, there's like 3-4 players left that ain't his players, that weren't originally his players, basically. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It's not like we've got all these dead. We still got Arsene Wenger's and Emery's deadwood. No, most of them are gone, bro. Half of them are always on loan because we can't sell them.
Yeah. No,
so this is where we're at, bruv. And then they're telling me, well, we saw it, bruv. I'm not being funny. Ramsdale is shit. Ben White is probably the only saving grace out of a 50 million because he's actually been all right. I'll give him that.
He was good last season. He was good last season.
Last season, he was one of. I mean, he had his moments. Every player does, but like, I'll give Ben White the benefit of the doubt because he's actually been a decent signing for us since he's been in, especially when he's been on the right. Like, I don't think Arteta wants to play him on the right for his whole career, but last season he was superb for us on the right. I have no complaints for him. Do you know what I mean? Ben White. Ramsdale's just been shit. So I'm going to go through the signs. Cedric, shit.
Get off your chest, fam. Floor's yours.
Ramsdale, shit. Gabriel wasn't his. Saliba wasn't his. No, Gabriel was his, was it? No, Gabriel wasn't it. No, Gabriel was his.
Let us know in the chat, people. Before you carry on about that, just want to say big up to Timo. Right. Let me just get to this super chat real quick. Big up Timo. Says, therefore, heist of the century, and he's on 330K per week, 17 million a year, no refunds. Hey, big up Timo for the super chat. Just because I large up to Timo, I did see you drop in on the Formula One show as well. So if you're an F1 fan, make sure you check out Victor, Timo, Taza over on the Twitch. Big up to Victor holding it down if you are indeed a Formula One fan. And to people in the chat, don't worry, man. No one's getting away with anything. We're going to get to Mason Mount. We'll get to Declan Rice. We are legit only 35 minutes into the show, and Cam's got a lot to get off his chest. It's not like we're 2 hours here. I know some people are new here. We don't avoid any smoke. We don't avoid criticizing any players, in particular of our own clubs. So I know some of you lot are new as well. And just to other people in the chat, if you do not like the content, you can click the X button and leave. Simple as that. Go on, carry on, Cam.
It's true, bro. Like, it's just there. The X button's up there, bro.
Yeah, the X button's just there in the top right-hand corner, people. Or click close app if you're on your phone. Go on.
Like I said, So Gabriel was signed. I just realized because someone just said in the chat as well. Yeah, he was signed the same season we signed Partey. Partey only became good last season, and then he got injured. So most of his signings, I can only really count for maybe 4, 5 have been good signings. The rest of the other 15 to 20 signings that he signed are complete shit, bro. And you're sitting there thinking he's got talent ID, bro. What talent ID, bro? That's some shit success rate. You're telling me 1 out of every 5. So we have to sign 5 players for one of them to be good.
Yeah, that's not a good return.
Do you know what I mean? That's a shit return. No one sees it like that because they don't want to. Like, that's what I'm saying. No one sees how I see the fucking game, bro. When I say it, it's not me just fucking going delusional, bro. I see it how it is. It's like I don't know why we're playing Rice as a lone 6, bro. Like, do you know what? Last night, Rice, he was 50-50 for me. Going forward, completely shit. But I can't blame him. But especially the first half, I thought his defensive awareness before the whole team just ended up going to shit, to be honest. I thought his defensive awareness was actually really good. Like, I'll give Rice that. And I feel like Rice just needs a couple of games, a few more games in an Arsenal shirt, and he'll get there. Havertz just can't be there. He can't be there. Odegaard, he was shit. But he was just one of them. half of these players, I feel like, took it too much of a Premier League-esque sort of game and took it too serious. Because, bruv, like I said, if you look at the lineup that we put out, barring 3 or 4 of them players, that's going to be our main lineup for the rest of the season. So, bruv, this is the thing. When Partey came on, you can see Arsenal was more comfortable on the ball. Yeah,
of course, because that's a better pairing. Like Rice and Partey as a midfield pairing.
No, he came off. Rice came off. Partey came on.
Oh, Rice came. Oh, see, I thought. Oh, right, my bad. I
Ramsdale
said my
Odegaard. And why did Odegaard play the whole fucking match? And why is Balogun not getting the game? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Arteta took that game too seriously, bro. He took it too serious. He lost it before we even kicked the ball, bro, because he took the game too fucking seriously. He's doing. I get why he wants to do it, but you don't do it in pre-season, especially this early in pre-season. Anyway, if it was our game before the Premier League, then yeah, by all means, do what you need to do because now next week is the Premier League, bro. We still got another fucking 3 weeks before that shit happens.
No, I hear what you're saying.
And the experimenting was good shit as well.
Like, yeah, that's the time to because it's a friendly. That is the time to experiment.
That's why I'm not mad at. I'm not mad at the result. I'm not mad that we lost. I'm just mad at the way we played, bruv.
Yeah, first.
We played
Jano Blessing
shit, bruv.
It says big up Flawless and Cam that Rice Havertz and Odegaard midfield is so imbalanced. If they play that same midfield in all competitions, it's going to be a problem. Something that Cam had spoken about. Something I've mentioned as well. I don't get it whatsoever. Like that is so detrimental to a good Arsenal side because Arsenal, like, they play well for the vast majority of last season. And if it's Partey, Rice, Odegaard, that's a midfield of like quality. That's a very good.
What I don't get is I don't know why we don't play Rice as the 8. And obviously, if we're keeping Partey, then keep Partey.
Reports have come out saying you are keeping Partey.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't keep Partey as the 6, put Rice as the 8, and Odegaard as the 10. Or what I'm hearing is Arteta actually wants 2 10s, hence the lone roll 6 and Havertz and Odegaard. He actually wants 2 10s, not like a 6, 8, and 10 or whatever. So if that's true, we're gonna be absolutely fucking bum rushed in fucking midfield, bro. We're gonna get absolutely completely annihilated in midfield. But if he actually wants to go do, stick to what you know and what was quite successful for you, Arteta has a plan for him. No, fucking don't, bruv.
Yeah, shout out to Egal. I did see that tweet. Big up Egal. And he
says, I swear down, I love Egal. Arteta has a plan for Egal, but he pisses me off sometimes with his takes, bro.
Shout out Arteta has a plan for him.
What plan? His plan what? For an ice cream man? If that's his plan, by all means, give him the ice cream man. But for on the pitch, there's no plan for him. He's unplannable, bruv. You cannot make a plan for this player, bruv. There's nothing you can do for this. You can do all the plans you want in the world. You can set out a Marvel plan. You can set out a fucking Captain America plan. And because it's Havertz as the player himself, you can't do it. You won't be able to do it.
The players to take it.
Not because of the play that he's expected to be, because who he is. He's a lazy piece of shit. That's what he is. He's just a lazy player just wanting to make money.
And big up to Eddie. So shout out to the realists, hit the likes, people. Big up to Eddie. And the reason why I went to this because Eddie mentioned it in regards to you just mentioned Balogun. Eddie also asked, can't find a comment saying what does Balogun have to do to get a consistent run. Yeah, and Lucas Costa also says if Arsenal don't sign a true number 9, you guys.
I've been saying this. How long have I been saying this, bro?
You have on the show. That's why I brought it up because you have been mentioning it.
I've been saying it. Everyone's worried about getting another right winger. I've been saying this. Why don't we kill 2 birds with one fucking stone? It's not rocket science. Jesus has been known to play at right wing when he played for City. Yeah? Why don't we convert him? Why don't we go out, buy a striker, a proper fucking striker, a number 9, and then use Jesus as the Saka backup or the number 9 backup? Because then we've actually killed 2 birds with one stone. Not only have we've got the number 9 backup in Jesus, but we've also got we've got Saka's backup with Jesus. And it's not like it's a dead replacement. We all know Jesus can do his own thing, bro. So if you want to rest Saka for 1 or 2 games, it's not like putting fucking Reece Nelson, like, oh no, how's it gonna go? Or Trossard, not knowing how it's gonna go with Trossard because he never plays that side, or anyone. It's a guy who's actually got experience as a right winger. Whether he likes it or not, who knows? But he's got experience for it. So why don't we kill two birds with one stone? Go out and actually buy a number 9 instead of fucking worrying about another white winger and spending all the money for another white winger. Use that money to spend the number 9 and fucking convert Jesus into a striker / right winger. So then
can play out there as well.
There.
Yeah, because Jesus is capable of playing right wing. 100%.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
That he's good. Like, he would be.
But
good
these men want to make
Saka.
it difficult. These men are dumb, bro. These men just want to go out and buy the next fucking right winger who's got the potential. And then if what happens if he flops? We got another Pepe on our hands. Do you get what I mean? Like, I don't get it, bro. But it's not hard. But I don't know why Arsenal. But I should be fucking in charge of Arsenal's transfers. I'm sorry. It's not like I'm saying give me all the fucking money in the world and I'll go sign Mbappe. I understand there's things that have to be done to get players. I understand that, but it's not fucking rocket science, bro.
Of course.
Do you know what I mean, brother? Why can't we go out and get? I'm not saying I'm only using Vlahovic's name for an example. Why don't we go out and get a Vlahovic? I'm not saying he's good enough. I'm just saying, why don't we go out and get
him as an example of you're talking to someone of quality who's done something.
Yeah,
that makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense.
Go and get a Vlahovic. That means not only have you've got your number 9 now. You don't have to worry about Jesus running off to the wings anymore. You've got your number 9. If you need to bring Saka off because he's looking tired, Jesus is there. Yeah. And Jesus coming on fresh for a Saka who's just run that fucking left back. Yeah, that left back fucking ragged. And then you're going to bring Jesus on. That left back's going to hate it, bro.
Yeah, facts. Nah, that's facts.
You know
that actually makes sense.
Like,
Arsenal signing like a certified number 9 or just a better number 9. And then having Jesus, not only you can play number 9 as backup to him, but also have Jesus as backup to Saka as well. Does make sense. And then you got Trossard.
We don't have to worry about the left wing.
Yeah, because you got Trossard and Martinelli over that side.
Players for that play, that fucking. Do you know what I mean? We could play Smith Rowe there if we wanted. We could play Trossard there, Martinelli,
you got options.
and Nelson because we just fucking gave him a new deal, and Reece Nelson. Left wing's not a problem. Right wing's a big problem because we've literally only got Saka as a right winger. His backups are all left wingers. You know what I mean?
I hear you, fam.
So
I hear you.
That's where I'm at with it. Like, but I don't know why. I don't know why they're making it hard for themselves. Like, I don't know why we're not going out to sign another.
You could still though. The window isn't shut though.
I know. I understand that, but what from what I'm hearing, we're not in the market for a striker. We're in the market for a white winger, another midfielder, and a left back, I believe.
Say that again. Say them players again. What's the left back? So left back or centre back, and what were the other two?
Another midfielder, I don't know what position, and a right winger. That's what I'm hearing. I'm hearing we're not really like number 9 is not our main priority. It's not one of our main priorities. Because that look how far that got us last season with us not really having a number 9. Yeah, because Jesus got man of the fucking match every season, every game, and he went on banged us 40 goals that season, didn't he? Fucking hell, bro. But I love Jesus. Don't get me wrong. Jesus is my guy.
Yeah, I know you're a fan
of
Jesus.
I'm so glad he's at Arsenal. Don't get me wrong. I've been calling Jesus at Arsenal since 4 years ago. 3-4 years ago, bro. I've been wanting that guy because I know
you've actively backed him on here. You have actively.
You know what I'm saying? I know that guy. There's something about that guy, bro. There's something about him that it's frustrating because his only weakness is goal scoring. That's his only weakness, and that's what pisses me off. But he's got everything about him, bro. All that minerals, man, talk about Havertz is off the shoulder, ra-ta-ta, bullshit, whatever he says. That is Jesus. And Jesus can actually back it up. Jesus can actually, do you know what I mean? He can actually back that shit up.
Nah, 100%. Big up to Lewis here in the chat who says Chelsea fans scapegoated Havertz. I was told, yeah, that is mad as well. Hey,
Yeah,
continue to get your questions in, please, people. Yeah, it's not continue to get your questions in, people. Please keep them Manchester United or Arsenal related. I will star the best questions. Don't worry about that. But if you want to make sure your question gets read out and me and Cam answer your question, then super chat, people. That's one surefire way to make sure we get to your question. But I am starring the best ones. Let's continue.
I just saw that Havertz comment.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that as well.
Literally would be the best striker in the world, bro. We wouldn't be talking about Mbappe and fucking Haaland. We'll be talking Jesus.
Like he gives you everything. Like that's just legit what it is. Over 220 of you lot in the building, please, people. Over 220.
We might have to run this show on a Sunday, blood.
Yo, Fab, I would love to, but this is game time.
Yeah, whoever that game is, too bad.
It's game time. I'm saying like 4:30 and that. Otherwise,
they can postpone.
This guy said postpone. Yo, joke, man. But we're at over 220 of you lot in the building. We have gone over 100 likes. So salute to you lot. But let's go 130. Let's continue to hit the like button, people. Like check 1212. Just because we've gone over 100 likes doesn't mean we stop hitting. We stop setting bike. We stop hitting like milestones, people. So yeah, girls up to 130 likes. Please continue to hit the subscribe button as well. We are at 7,000. I'm just refreshing the screen right now. Share across all the socials as well, people. Make sure you follow. We are at 7,271. Looking for 4 more subscribers, people. Girls to 7,275. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. Check out the upcoming live stream schedule. I'll update that tonight. So you know all the weekly shows that are coming up live here every day. At least once a day on the YouTube. Every other day on the Twitch as well. Links for everything's underneath in the description as well. Let's see, because you lot got so much to say in regards to this game and stuff like that. United for Life says, Cam, if Arteta wins nothing next season, do you sack him? He's like, yeah.
Do you know what it is? Yeah, if we win nothing next season, I'll be real with you. Yeah, we need. I said it on a tweet last night, bro. Mm-hmm. If we don't win nothing next season, we actually need a whole new ownership. And like barring the squad, would
you sack Arteta? So you have the choice to sack Arteta.
Yeah, I would. I personally would. But the problem is, I don't trust the owners to go and get the right manager after Arteta.
No, that's fair. I hear that. That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
I get why you have reservations.
I'm not being funny. If we're not successful, I'll be real with you. Cronkies need to put this fucking club up for sale. They have to, because they're going to start losing money. We're not going to be. If we're not successful this season, I don't think we're going to be successful for a very long time. And they'll start losing money on us. They'll have to put our club up for sale before we end up going down the trajectory. And like right now, they could probably get about $4 billion for us because of that season we just had.
No thanks.
But season after season after season, if we don't basically add on what we've done last season, we will start going down like that. So our team's worth 1.3 billion or whatever it is. If we don't win anything this season, that will go down to 1.1. If we don't win anything the season after, that will go down to 800. If we don't win anything after that, that will go down to 500. Do you know what I'm saying? It will just go down. Then that means the club will go for $4 billion, 3.5, 3, 2.5, 2. Do you know what I mean? Like, I think the best thing for Arsenal, but it won't happen, is if we're not successful, we have to sell. And my worry is, if we are successful, are they gonna sustain on adding to the squad, still giving as much money as they have been, or is that it? Like, well, we got Arsenal Premier League, or we got Arsenal Champions League, now we can chill for a bit. This season, all right, this transfer window, you only got about 100 mil to spend. Right, you know what I mean? Like, are they then that's what I'm worried about. I'll be honest with you, I want a fucking Saudi or Qatari owner. And it's not for the money wise. Don't get me wrong, it's not actually for the money wise, because I can't complain about the money right now. Conkeys, no one can sit here as an Arsenal fan and say Conkeys have not invested in this fucking club. Arteta alone has spent 600 mil.
Yeah, 600 M's. When I heard that, I was like, I remember it was a few weeks
ago. Just Arteta alone. That's 3.5 years. he spent 600 M's. So no one can sit there and tell me the Cronkies are bad owners and they don't give money. They do. Why I want the Qataris or / Saudi owners or just an owner with that kind of money that knows how to run a fucking football club. Even if it's another, like, I know it won't ever be another Russia because of the whole what's happened with Ukraine and that. But even if it, just for an example, it was another Abramovich, it doesn't technically have to be a Saudi or Qatari. Just another multi-billionaire who knows why they're a billionaire for a reason, not why they're successful to run, how successful it is to run a football club. Sorry, if I was getting tongue-tied there.
It's cool for him.
Just like with when Abramovich came in, man brought the right people in. He didn't do it. He brought the right people in. Now look at where Chelsea is. City, they did the same thing. Took them a couple seasons. Now look where they are. Yeah. Didn't they? Furthermore, didn't they end up going to buy out Barcelona's backroom staff?
Before Pep got there, yes.
Yeah,
they went
before
and got
Pep
Barcelona,
got there, they brought
the hierarchy. They brought the stuff.
That's where they're right now. Newcastle will be there soon. Whether they'll be successful or not, I don't know because of this with Man City right now. But Newcastle will be there soon. They're gonna be up there, bruv. They've got the money now. They just need to fight off the whole FFP shit that they're going through. I don't understand it.
They'll find a way around.
If you look at it, that's what I'm saying. If you look at these three teams in general, yeah, and especially two of them, and how successful they've become compared to what they actually were before they got bought out. It's not like these clubs were really successful before they got bought out. Chelsea, they had success here and there when it came to the FA Cup and that. They went 40, 50 years without winning the actual league. But when they still had little minor successes here and there with the FA Cup and the Carling Cup. After they got bought, suddenly they're winning Premier League, bro, and the Champions League. Same with Man City. Before Man City are the biggest prime example. They weren't even fucking winning FA Cups, bro.
Nah, they weren't winning.
They couldn't even get near to a fucking round of 5, 5th round. They were losing 8-1 to Middlesbrough, blood.
Yeah, they did. I remember that.
Get what I'm saying? And then they got bought. Now look at them.
Yeah.
Newcastle, give them 4 or 5 years, bro. 4 or 5 years. I'm telling you right now, Newcastle are going to be the new, because Pep won't be here. Newcastle will be it.
No, I hear you. And I wanted to get to this as well because people bring this up, not just L1 Triangle, but big up because I see you in the chat all the time. But he says, what if City win everything, not really Arteta's fault? This just ain't on Arteta. This is on anyone. Reason why I don't accept this, because this City are an incredible team. We know this. Incredible team, incredible players, incredible manager, incredible club. But if you are spending 600 million, 700 million, 800 million, $1 billion, over $1 billion, etc., whether that's Arteta, I use my football club, whether that's Ten Hag at Manchester United, whether that's Klopp at Liverpool, any of the other top clubs. Once you are spending that amount of money, this whole, City are better, so it's okay not to win anything, I'm not having it. If you spend that much money and can't deliver one Premier League or deliver one Champions League, I want you moved on. Because City are not going to win the same way. Someone mentioned this and said, every season, it might have been Taz, I can't remember who it was. Every season Pep's been at City, even when he's had his thing set up, he's not won the Premier League every year. He's not won the Champions League every year. So therefore, they can be toppled. If Arsenal had actually invested better, they probably would have won this Premier League just gone. So that tells you all you need to know. So this whole thing about, City winning everything, so it's okay not to win everything. Once Ten Hag gets to the point where it's his team and he spent 600, 700, 800 million, which he will get to eventually, whether that's next season, whether that's in 2, 3, 4 years. Once you've been here 3, 4 years and you spend that amount of money and it's your team, if you are not delivering a Premier League or a Champions League or haven't delivered, I want you gone. I'm not saying back to back, but one, you spent how much more? You have all the resources. So go get the next guy. And then if the next manager don't go get the next guy.
Thing, go on. That L1 Triangle, if they spend 400 Cronky in, you're getting the wrong end of the stick. Like I said, it's not about the money. Why I want a Qatar, one of them billionaire owners, is because they will know how to run the fucking club. They will know the right people to get in. I'm not concerned about the money. I've already said it. Cronkies, if anything, when it comes to money rise, I would actually have Cronkies over everyone else's owners. I'll be real with you. Because they actually could shit on everyone else's owners if they really wanted to. If they wanted to bring all their family's resources, bruv, the guy's married into the wealthiest family in America. Not one of the wealthiest family in America. There's no Conkeys can't compete money talk here, bruv. If we're talking about money, I want Conkeys not every day. And that's the truth. I'm talking about running a fucking club now. I don't want Cronkies because they don't know how to run a football club. I'd rather a Saudi or Qatari or an Abramovich who will actually get the right people in. They will probably look at successful clubs like how Man City did with Barcelona and they got their backroom stuff. They'll go and look at a successful club, maybe a Napoli. I don't know, do you know what I mean? And they'll go buy their backroom stuff because they see, well, Napoli are doing this now. Look. 3 years ago they were shit, but they must have got these people in, and they're getting the right players and the right so forth and so forth. That's what I want. I don't want it above money. We've got money. I can't complain about the money. I just want the right people at Arsenal. Edu's not it. Richie Garlick is not it. Vinay is not it. They're not it. They're just not it. But that's fair. That's
a fair assessment. But yeah, I just wanted to get to that when people mention Manchester City. It's like, no, it's just not okay. It's not okay just to accept that. All right, well, we're not going to win anything because City are not there. No. Go pick. So you spend enough, you should go pick something up. And if you can't, then get somebody else. It's Mohammed, you've asked this a few times, but you said, question to Flawless, which footballer player resemble to make a meme of you? I don't look like any football player, so there's no one that you can use to resemble me. I don't look
Nicholas
like footballers. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Nicholas Bentner. Yeah. You joke, man. Big up Jabs as well. Says, yeah, you got that. You got the Rabiot thing going on. Apparently Sancho can't run. Hey, I gotta give props to Sancho. Like when I seen the goal, I said this yesterday, I'll say it again today. I seen the goal, like I stepped in, and then I see like the goal being replayed, and I seen Sancho sprint away, and I said, is that Sancho? If he can do that type of thing during the season, I'm all for it. He needs to do more of that. And why? I will, yeah. I get to it. And why I bang on about pace and power is that obviously the finish is skill and like the touch and the dribbling is skill, but just the ability he can have all of that. But if you don't have the pace to get away from someone, that's not a goal. That's what it is. Like that's not a goal. But that's why I bang on about being able to accelerate and being an athlete and being able to run. I didn't know how Sancho had that in his locker. I'm just hoping that it wasn't a one-off. And he can do that during the season. But yeah, I know it probably was a one-off.
It's like we ain't gonna see Sancho do that score them 2 free kicks in it, and I was like, please don't be a one-off. Please don't, and it wasn't one-off.
We ain't gonna see that. You know what I'm saying? Like that's just legit what it is. We move.
No, yeah, that comment from
which one?
Even that one from the Emirates faithful was kind of a similar-ish comment.
Well, this one, Wenger with 600 million to spend.
Wenger never got money to. This is funny, right? So Wenger was the head of the new stadium, not the head of. He was pushing for the new stadium. He was head of that push. He wanted the new stadium. So for about 5 years, 6 years after that, we couldn't spend money because we didn't have the money because we was in debt because of that stadium. After that, when Wenger did spend the money, he was spending it not great. It was all right for us to be top 4, but it wasn't great for us to be a challenger. And I realized that after 2011, 2012. When he did start spending money after 2013, 14, after we signed Ozil, and then the next season we signed Sanchez, and the season after that we signed Czech, I think. When it came to that, that's when he was allowed to spend the money, but he didn't want to spend the money. That was his problem. Cronkies were coming out saying, here, we're going to back you. Here's the money. He didn't want to spend it. That's the difference. It wasn't the fact that Cronkies never gave him the money. Cronkies were willing to give him the actual money. He didn't want to spend it because Wenger thought he knew fucking everything. When in actual fact, his dinosaur tactics were outdated and he actually didn't know fuck all, bruv. That was the truth. Do you know what I mean? Like, at the end of the day, yeah, if he had spent that money, we wouldn't be talking about Arteta today.
But you say the thing is with Wenger, because it was a different time, obviously he's not going to spend 600 million, but he didn't spend big all the time, but he spent money. And you got response out
That's
of it.
what I'm saying. No, he only came really after, like, he was spending money. There was always money there to be spent, but it wasn't like your big, like, transfer signings. Like, we never really spent over, like, 10, 15 mil. And if you remember back then, that was still quite big-ish money back then. That'll get you a decent player back then, you know what I mean? Like, it was never heard of Arsenal really spending over 30 mil. Do you know what I mean? On a player. And then we signed Ozil for like 40, 42 mil or whatever it was. And then we signed Sanchez for like 30 mil or something like that. Do you know what I mean?
And big up the legend and the stream Dave in the chat as well. He said, have a shit and Muller Rice doing bits. We're going to get onto the Rice situation. I mean, not the Rice situation, the Rice conversation. But big up and the stream Dave. Love to see him in the chat as always. The legend in the building. But we'll go to that Cam. Declan Rice. Thoughts? Because he was someone who was, obviously I didn't watch the game, was getting criticized on social media, as it's going to happen because, you know, people going to go overboard with their criticism on socials. But yeah, your thoughts on Rice?
I actually don't think he had a terrible game. I mean, it wasn't the best, but I said that because Arteta was fucking changing the system all the time. But he had no chance, do you know what I mean? Like, 1 minute he's a lone 6, next minute he's a fucking 8, next minute he's probably like a 10, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying that, but that's how it was going. I actually, like I said, like, for me, I was actually, especially the first sort of 20, 30 minutes, I was quite impressed with his defensive awareness. Yeah. He always seemed to be at the right time, at the right spot at the right time. Do you know what I mean? Like, he always seemed to be. And I didn't know Rice had a bit of pace about him as well, bro. He had some pace, bro. He can move, bro. Like, I'll give him that, bro. I didn't even know about that. But, yeah, man, he looked a bit lost. You know what I mean? After that half hour, like, he looked lost, like, just like every player did. Like, I wasn't even, like, people are going overboard saying he was run by your youth. He wasn't even run by your youth, blood. No one was running him.
Talking about Kobe Mainoo.
Yeah. He was, bruv. No one was running him, bruv. Bruv, that was just, bruv. It was just.
Like I said, I didn't watch, but you know.
What no one realized, like I said, I'm not mad at the game. Last night, people must have thought I was actually just mad at the game itself and we lost. No, I wasn't mad at the game. I'm not mad at the loss. I don't care that we lost. At the end of the day, what I wanted to see was something different, and what I saw was nothing different. That's what I was mad at. If anything, we got worse. We've spent 200 million and got worse.
It's only pre-season, though.
So I know it's only pre-season, but bro, fucking hell, bro. If you watched Arsenal last night, you would have said, yo, this is the team that we're meant to be worried about this season. Are we sure about this?
It's only
like, you know what I mean? Like, it's bruv. It's fucking Rice, man. Like, I don't blame Rice. It's like with Odegaard, bro. If you only have two midfielders on the pitch, you're gonna get outrun no matter what, bro. Because
Havertz is playing in there. Yeah, Havertz is non-existent.
That's what I'm saying. With Havertz on the pitch, I'm gonna start. I would judge Rice a lot more with if he plays with Odegaard or Partey or Odegaard and Jorginho, just not with Havertz. Do you know what I mean? I would judge him more then.
The midfielders
because whilst Havertz is on the pitch, these two players has to do a Havertz job. Because Havertz can't do it. So they're out of position. So
trust me, I hear exactly what you're saying. Trust me. I really, really do. In regards to to get to it as well. 1 second. To Young with the old soul, it says how's Mount sneaking away with this as well. I don't think Mount's sneaking away with anything. I've not heard anybody criticize or
I said at the top of the show, Flows. If they haven't been here since the top of the show, I said it at the top of the show. Yeah, it's not the fact that Mount's sneaking away with anything. Mount was bad, but because Havertz was that much worse, it kept take away all any slander on Mount quiet.
Yeah, and like legit, that's what it is. So it's not.
That's literally what it is. That's legit what it is. It's not the fact that we're trying to like.
What do people expect from Mount is my thing. Like in terms of sneaking away with it, unless you had I don't have high expectations for him. Like I said earlier on in the show, when someone said, "Oh, yesterday, he had 19 touches," I said, "That's good. I'm glad he had 19 touches. I just need him running around. I don't need Mount on the football. Doing what? Run around, close down, energy. You know what I'm saying? Be a body, as Eddie says, word to Eddie. Be a tryhard. That's what I need you in there to do. Cover ground. And when you get the ball, play it 5 yards. The fact he had 19 touches is the way forward. That's the way forward. Don't put him on the ball. 19 is probably too much. Word to basketball, you don't want.
I want to see him with less than 10 touches per game.
It's like someone who's not a 3-point shooter shooting 10 threes. You know what I'm saying? In the game, you'd be like, get the ball and pass it. Like, that's where I'm at with Mount. So the fact he had 19 touches, salute to Ten Hag, because he understands what it is. Mount don't need to be on the ball. And people are saying we dominated possession in the first half, and he had 19 touches. I could be wrong. Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but that's what I've been told. That's good then. So if we dominated possession and we had 19, and he only had 19 touches, then all right, cool. I'm sure he may have took a free kick. Maybe that's one of the touches. Maybe he took a corner or something like that. So, because we all know that he's not good enough. Like, so, salute to Ten Hag. And again, football is the game. This is wrong. He said, flawless, you don't rate Mount because you don't appreciate off the ball work, just on the ball. When I've literally just said, to see people don't be listening, I literally just said they're the attributes he has that are good. What are we talking about? I'm literally an advocate for. I was literally all season last season an advocate for playing Bruno Fernandes wide right because of the energy he gives us and off the ball. Again, but this is just agendas and people not paying attention. I do appreciate off the ball work, but I want both, in particular from my midfield players, in particular my attacking midfield players. I want both. Bring me on the ball and off the ball. Why is it either or? I want both. Because when we start talking the top players in the world, in particular attacking players and players that are in the final third, they give you both. Yeah, I know football is the game. You didn't hear it. You just want to run agendas, but it's calm, we peoples. That's what that is. That's why you didn't. And you know this because we've spoken about this conversation. But it's like, you don't rate Mount. And they're saying that's talking about, you don't rate. You don't think he's good on the ball. Why isn't an attacking midfielder allowed to get away with not being good on the ball? You bring me both. You have been paid. We paid 60 million for you. 60 million we paid for you. A man are telling me he's only good at one thing. And Bruno's like that as well. And we're talking final third, but we move. Hey, big up Mike, who says, we don't need Mount to have more touches. He played with the system. Arsenal can't afford to have Havertz with 19 touches. Our system hides Mount's flaws. Big up for the super chat again, Mike. Much appreciated. This first statement, fully agree with. We don't need him having 19 is too much, to be honest. If I'm being real, you don't need 19. I hope one of them was a throw-in or some shit. You don't need to be. Does a throw-in? Let me know in the chat. Does a throw-in actually count as a touch? Could be. Anyways, I don't need that. He played within the system. Arsenal can't afford to have Havertz with 19 touches. Yeah, the problem that Arsenal have with Havertz, he's not good on the ball or off the ball. At least Mount's good off the ball. At least Mount will do that. He'll run around. You know what I'm saying? To close down and be energy and stuff like that. Like, that's it. But yeah, don't get mistaken, people. It's funny, I'm laughing, but I'm not happy about the Mount signing whatsoever. Like, to Karma United, who says, damn, Chelsea fleeced us for fuck's sake. Karma United, I don't know if you expected different. Maybe let me know. I knew Chelsea fleeced us from when we was linked with him. I was saying this, go back and watch previous shows and I was like, I'm totally against this signing. It's an awful signing. There's no benefit. We have Mount. He's called Bruno Fernandes. We have Mount's profile here. And we see what Bruno does. So, like, all right, let's go get the other Mount. Let's go get Bruno 2.0. Why? Who gets less goals and less assists than Bruno? He does less on the ball than Bruno. At least Bruno will put up more numbers than him. But we decided to go and do that. Now we've got two midfielders I'm not really trying to see on the ball like that. Like, I'm just like, just run around. So it is, man. Energy, cover every blade of grass. Be tryhards and get the ball to your Rashfords. When we do sign a striker, your Casemiros, etc., Diallos, Garnachos, Anthony's, get the ball into these players. Like, that's legit it. But we move. Yeah, Mark, I bet our high press was impressive. 100%. Players running you down and leaving their heart on the field is very hard to find at the top level. Mount and Bruno are them. No, it's not hard to find players who leave their heart on the field, and players running you down. You don't really know. It's not tough. You can literally go and find that and scout that anywhere. You could go 5. I'd do that. So I shouldn't be playing. I'd do that. You know what I'm saying? I'd run around. You know what I'm saying? For 10% of I'd do it for 5% of what they're being offered too. Like, what are we talking about here? Like, it's not tough. We're not gonna praise chasing people down, closing people down, running around at the top level. No, we're not doing that. There's players 10 a penny that do that. Casado does that for Brighton, plus much more on the ball. There's many players who do that. Lavia will do that. There's many players who will do that. What are we doing? Penboy Kai says, Flawless, you're way too critical about. The manager was adamant on this guy. Let's wait and see how effectively he's used in transition. All right, so to Kai, why am I too critical of him? What have I said that you disagree with? This is always good. What have I said that you disagree with? Because, like, people don't be paying attention. Flawless, after 10 minutes, you're dizzy. Everyone has different gas tanks, bro. I just get fit. It's really not difficult. You think getting in shape is tough? See what we're praising people. We're praising professional athletes for being able to run. This is where the bar is with this player. Hear the words that are coming out of my mouth, people. We are praising a professional athlete for being able to run and having fitness. And then people wonder why we'll fall short at the top level. What are we talking about? Because when you look at Manchester City, who are the bar, all of their players can do that, plus more. So why can't we go find players that do both? As good as their players are individual, I'm talking their attacking players individual, like for this argument, as good as their attacking players are on the ball, look how good they are off the ball. Look how solid they are. They all work hard, etc. But now we're here when you got people like Football is the Game praising a professional football and Kati here for being professional footballers for being able to run and being fit and running people down. Oh, they run around a lot. That's hard to find at the top. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's really not. It's not tough to find. Like, it's not. It's really not. You know what I'm saying? Now, Football is Game, we don't need to stream together. You need to stop trying to sell this bullshit because I'm not buying. That's what it is. You hear praising a player for running people down. They run around. That's not hard to find at the top level. It's not. It's really not tough to find players who work hard and will run people down and cover it. That is not tough whatsoever. It's not. Yo, Jesse, it's because people just be absolutely just lying to themselves. Because if I sat here after the FA Cup final and said, let's go sign Mason Mount, not one person in the chat would go, yeah, that's a good idea. But because Ten Hag's done it, now it's a good idea. And hear how people defend him. Again, people, Kati and Football is the Game are both here.
Know your dad, bro.
Praising a player for being fit, praising a player for being a professional athlete for being able to run around. All right. Next, you're going to praise me for being able to talk on a podcast. That's what I'm going to get praised for. Forget what I'm saying. Just being able to say hello, hi, welcome to the channel. That's what I should get praised for. Just being able to talk on a podcast, just having a conversation, just asking Cam, are you okay? What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? This is crazy. I will judge Mount after 2 seasons like we do every other player. Here's the thing with this Star Lord. I will actually, before I get to this, I'm still waiting for you to say Mount has had a bad game, but it's okay. Again, Football is the Game, and people don't be listening. Cam, did I not say at the start of the show and during the show I didn't watch the match? Didn't I not say that? So I've not actually said Mount again, but this is people moving the argument. Nowhere have I said Mount had a bad game because I didn't watch. So I can't comment on the game itself. I have not stated he had a great game or had a bad game. And in regards to this Star Lord who says I'll judge Mount after 2 seasons like we do every other player. Yeah, we will, but we also prejudge players when we sign them. Because if it broke right now, Fabrizio Romano tweeted out and said, Manchester United signed Kylian Mbappe, what would I be saying? What would all the Manchester United fans in the chat be saying? Would it be judge Kylian Mbappe after 2 seasons? You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be that. It would be, yeah.
We're winning the league, bro. We're winning everything, quadruple, everything.
And then let's say on the flip side, let's say he flopped, and then we'd assess it again. To MSS, who says, do you and Sam have your own show? No, we're just on we're on Battle of the North and Back Again podcast together. Big up. Well, I wanted to get to it. Again, I asked the question, how come people don't really want to answer questions and that? Like, I answer all your questions. Man said I'm too critical of Mount. Who was it that said it? It was you, Karma United. Can I get a response to my question, please? Or was it? Who was it? Nah, it wasn't you. It wasn't you, actually. Who was it? Someone I asked anyway. I want to know. I'm too critical of Mount. What did I criticize Mount for? That's so bad. Somebody let me know.
It's so harsh.
Somebody let me know. Yeah.
Somebody let me know. Harsh, right? This guy is so harsh, bro. This guy here.
Well,
this guy.
I'm harsh. But then when we fall short, these are the same people who be
only been there a couple days.
The thing is, I've not said he's played bad. I haven't said he's played bad, but people make sure. Or he had a bad, never said he had a bad game. That's the second time football is the game's not listened. And he's just presuming shit rather than responding to my actual, what I'm saying.
Fact.
Respond to what I'm saying. I'm very clear. I'm saying. Right, that's what it is. Nah, it wasn't you, Karma United. My bad. I thought it was you. It wasn't you. But I asked someone, notice how that person hasn't responded. Somebody will say, I'm too critical of Mount. Okay, what do you disagree with what I said about him then? No response. Silence. No, it's that people. Because if I sat here and if I sat here and said Lisandro Martinez isn't good enough, tell me you know what I'm saying, how I'm being too critical of Alessandro Martinez, the chat would be full. Man would have been responding. Man them would be responding. Like, let's just be honest about the situation with the Mount thing. Off the ball, I have again. Let me make this clear, people. Mason Mount. Off the ball, I have no issues whatsoever with him. I know what he's going to give me off the ball. 100 like, run around, close down, all this stuff. And again, to L1 Triangle, who says, let him play one game. Of course, if he plays well, I'm going to say I was wrong. He's playing well. But we're talking about him beforehand. Back to the Kylian Mbappe example. Right back to that. If we signed Kylian Mbappe, it wouldn't be, let's wait and see. It's no, we've signed a bad boy player. If we were to sign a Chouameni, if we signed a Camavinga, if we signed a Vinicius Jr., the list goes on. The conversation, Alphonso Davies, is a different conversation if we sign players of that caliber. It's not, let's wait and see, let him play. No, we sign a quality player, gassed. So on the flip side, I'm going to do this. So on the flip side, when we sign a player who I don't think is good enough, I'm going to state that. I'm saying, I'm not like you, look. Yeah, if we sign Kylian Mbappe, we expect immediate results. There's no let's wait and see. There's no let's wait and see and and all these type of things. I'm not saying we should sign those players. That's not what I'm saying. Because Footballers Game says Big Names FC. I'm just proving a point. That's the point I'm making. Because no one wanted Mason Mount at the start of the season. And to Kai, you said it. You'll have to write the comment again because I missed it. How am I being too critical of Mount? I did not see that. I must have missed it. But before we continue, bump up the likes for 130 likes, people. Get us to 150, please. Get us to 150. Hit the subscribe button as well. Let's see.
I think it was Carter who actually said you were too critical, Mount.
Yeah, I think it was. That's what he's saying. So I'm like, all right, where's the what did I criticize? That's what he disagrees with. I said he's very good he's very good off the ball. I have no issues with him off the ball. On the ball is where I have my issues with him. So if that's the case, tell me what he's great at on the ball.
We're signing Mbappe. What are we talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, people just say shit with nothing to back it up.
I'm saying it because it's just, dream that.
Always crickets. Always, man. You know what I'm saying? And to L1 Triangle says, Mod, you are not allowed to disagree. Of course you can. People just can't be disrespectful or can't be spamming. That's all it is. I'm saying you are 100% allowed to disagree. 110%. Well, if you're just here spamming shit in the chat, I will block you. Trust. Yeah, Kai, you're going to have to write it again. I missed it if that's the case. Oh, is this it? All right, my bad. We're probably going to use 2-8s, which I agree with. Off the ball, Mount is more mobile and smarter than Bruno with runs. He is mobile, 100%. He's smarter than Bruno. Two cheeks of the same ass, but we moved. He can actually turn on the ball. All right, wait and let's judge after a few weeks. So this is nothing then. So there's nothing I disagree with here apart from he can actually turn on the ball. Man, he is mobile. Again, off the ball. Yeah, it's two cheeks of the same ass, man. So there's no, again, what I've been saying. You know what I'm saying? We're probably going to use 2-8s. I've said we're going to use 2-8s. Off the ball, which I've mentioned. More mobile and smarter than Bruno, cool. If you think he's better than Bruno, I think the bar's on the floor with either of them, to be honest. So I'm not even going to debate that. He can actually turn on the ball, disagree with that. I don't think he's agile, but okay, cool. So what else? So what is on the ball here? Where have I criticized this bad apart from being on the ball? Again, nothing. Attacking play, not a defensive 8, attacking 8. And all I'm seeing is he can turn on the foot. We're praising an attacking player for being able to turn on the football, people. Same way we were praising a player, a professional athlete for being able to run. Next thing is going to be a long jumper being able to jump. You know what I'm saying? A person who's in the javelin being able to throw a javelin far. Is this what we're doing? Just praising the basics. I'm saying this is praising the basics now. It's like, what are we doing? Yo, he can jump real high in the high jump. Yeah. All right. Forget his technique, he can just jump high. Right.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. He can jump high. Yay.
All right. Yeah. Flawless, to be fair, he's good on the half turn, but once he turns, he can't make a decision. We know that. We know that.
He's good on the half turn, but as soon as he turns, that's it. It's all over.
Yeah, we know that. Flawless, you want Caicedo, but 100 million is overpriced. Again, people not listening. Fadil, I agree. I wouldn't pay 100 million for Caicedo.
We ruined the market with that, right?
Again, as something I've said, and Fadil, you know this, you're not new here because I've seen your name. So, but you've just forgotten, which is fine. I don't want Manchester United to pay 100 million for any player not called Kylian Mbappe. And I've stated this the entire summer. So as much as I rate Caicedo, I wouldn't pay 100 million for him. No. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, Ed, the reason why people feel like people are choosing to ignore Flawless when he says on the ball, you know why people are choosing to ignore it? Because they know he's trash on the ball. That's why. Because if I sat here and said Modric is terrible on the football, people would be in the chat going, what are you talking about?
What are you talking about? He's got this many Champions League, he's got that.
Let me sit here and say João Felix is terrible on the football. People will be out here criticizing me left, right, and center.
He was overrated, fam.
Yeah, like, bring me, and again, people that both. I've said bring me both on the ball and off the ball attributes. But Ed, people will pick and choose my argument rather than actually just like, I get your point. Let me sit here and say João Felix is awful on the football. Or let me say Jadon Sancho's awful on the football, etc., etc. Why not both? All of our greatest players, I don't know how old people are in the chat in regards to United fans, all of our great attacking players were good on and off the ball. Whoever you name was all great on and off. So why can't I have both?
Do you remember? What's his name, fam?
All this off the ball stuff.
I was having this conversation with one of my guys the other day as well, bruv. What's his name, fam? Man United legend, bruv. He's not like the top 5 legends, but he's up there. But I can't think of his fucking name, bruv. It's late 90s, early 2000s. Midfielder.
What, attacking player? Midfielder?
Yeah. Oh, fuck's sake. Cantona.
Yeah.
Cantona, bruv. Sorry, he is top 5. Sorry, I was thinking of someone else from a different team then. No, Cantona, bruv. Like, he's a prime example. He wasn't the fastest of players as well, bruv, but he was so visionally aware where to be off the ball.
Yeah.
That when
intelligence. And let me just get to a couple of things, fam. Hold that thought on Cantona.
Quality on the ball.
Yo, fam. Hold that as well. Because I know there's new people in here. So I just want to get to a couple of things. Hold that thought, though. Starlord says, me and Flawless always disagree. LOL, I'm still here. This is a fact. And Starlord, my guy, but we always respectful to each other. And yeah, just to clarify, Jordan, because you're new here, because you said mods will block you and that for disagreeing, though. That's how it is on most channels. If that's how it is on most channels, I can't talk for them. That's not it here. And I will get on mods if they block someone for just disagreeing. Now, if you're disrespectful to me or Cam or another panelist or someone in the chat, cool. And once you go personal, then the mods will block you or I'll block you myself. But that's not, for anybody who's new here, that's not how it is here, people. I love having debates. You know why? Because I might learn something new. So yeah, just to clarify that, Jordan, that won't happen here on Sarcasm City TV. You will not be blocked for having a different opinion as long as you're respectful.
Block like Starlord,
right, we disagree all the time. Yeah, Starlord, me and Starlord always disagree on something all the time.
I'll play it, Starlord. I'll play it.
Yeah, it is. And Takatu says, I don't rate Mount on the ball, but this manager rates PMP. Nothing the manager stated about Mount was with the ball at his feet, if I'm not mistaken. I just jumped on the stream. Let's relax. Nah, it is not a let's relax. So you jumped on the stream, so didn't know fully what was going on. That and let's kill this dead. Mount's not pace and power. Again, another thing I've stated, and Kai, you know this because me and you have had this conversation.
Mount, I've
He's
already
not
said
pace
it,
and
bro.
power. He's energetic.
I've said it to you as well, G. I said it
He's
to
not
you,
pace and
bro.
power.
Do you know what Mount is? He's a glorified Aaron Ramsey, fam. But Aaron Ramsey was better.
Aaron Ramsey was better, 100%. Yeah.
But you get what I'm coming with, what I'm trying to say with Aaron Ramsey, because Aaron Ramsey was this road runner. But he had more to his game than what Mount does. But that's why I've always said it. But this guy is just a glorified, and the reason why I say glorified is because he's got that Champions League. A glorified Aaron Ramsey. Barring that, he's dead, bro. Yeah. He wouldn't even be able to lace Ramsey's boots. That's how bad it is.
And this is it, Carty. So yeah, this is, and again, back to this because I be having these conversations often. No stress, man. Carty, and you know this. Mount is not pace and power, and that's something I said my issue is with. It's not the profile, it's the fact it's him. He's energetic. There's a difference. Just because you run around a lot, don't make you pace and power, people. Conor Gallagher runs around a lot. He's not pace and power. Mount is not pace and power. He's energetic. He's not athletic. He's not pace. He's not powerful. He's just energetic. So let's kill that dead in terms of it. And I have no issue with, like, my biggest problem is go get someone who is energetic but also pace and power, who's also an athlete. There's players out there. And people just be saying anything football games is trying to get someone that's both good on both cost 100 million. We ain't built like that right now. Myth. Casemiro's good at both who didn't cost 100 million. Martinez is good at both who didn't cost 100 million. What are we talking about? List goes on. I could name more players. So that's a myth. That's a big. This is a big. I would just say anything. Big myth. That's it. Man said, Taha said, I want to put it like this. He said, Mount is a Duracell battery, not pace and power. He's not. He's not pace and power. He's not. Fred runs, he ain't pace and power. Exactly. I'd say he's quick. He can shift, but he's not power. You know what I'm saying? So go get someone with both. Again, I'm asking for more because you can go and get players who are like that. Like I said, we signed Lisandro Martinez, who, look at the difference he's made. We signed Casemiro, who obviously much more of us know about because it's Casemiro. Yeah. The system is more PMP with transition. Mount suits the workhorse midfield for that football. He's not necessarily PMP. No, he's not. He's not necessarily PMP. He's not PMP. I don't mind him as a workhorse, but you're proving my point here. I've never once doubted his work rate. I legit said I have no issues. I have zero issues with him off the ball. Nothing. No issues whatsoever with him off the ball. I'm saying for a workhorse midfield, you go and get someone who's also pace and power as well. That makes that even better. If you go get someone with his work rate, with his energy, his closing down, and that pace and power and athleticism to it. And there's players out there that you can go and get that do that for half the price, who haven't been stinking it up for Chelsea for the past couple of years, who's low on confidence. He was in the last year of his deal and you spend 60 M's on, but we move. Flawless, you believe Donny will stay and be given another chance? Now, I think he'll be moved. I think he'll be moved on. But the interest has been low, to my knowledge, but we'll see. I see Flawless by week. You're putting more love on Mount's name. Going to take time, but we're going to get there. How we going to get there is by performances, but this goes to show I don't have agendas. Because I tell you what, I don't think he's all bad. He's just not good enough for where we're trying to go to, in my opinion. That's what it is. It's legit. And this is why every time we have this conversation, not just me and you, football is the game, but when I have this conversation with others as well, people always move goalposts and start talking about other stuff. Let's just talk about him. And just him just not being it. Like he's not. L1 Triangle says, but in reality, you can't get someone for half the price. Of course you can. Amrabat's half the price. What are we talking about? Of course you can. So you're telling me you can't find another energetic midfielder for £30 million? No, this is a myth. Because there's going to be someone we've never heard of who's going to go for that price. And then next season, we're going to be talking about, get him at Manchester United. 110%. It's going to happen like every season. So yes, there's hundreds of thousands of footballers playing football all across the globe. You can go find someone who's energetic in your midfield, who's energetic and runs around and closes down. Be a tryhard. When I say tryhard, that's not disrespect. What are we talking about? They want 65 for Decore, so don't go get Decore, go get somebody else. Unless you know every midfielder in world football L1 triangle, I don't understand your point. So this whole thing, you can't go and get anyone else. Yes, you can. Because scouts have much more knowledge than me, you, and everybody else here in the chat. Scouts have much more knowledge than we do. And I say this all the time when people say, oh, there's no there's no value in the market. Nonsense. There's no value in the obvious market, but there's value in the market. Just have to go find and locate these players. That's why Kaneki, who's in here, has been naming players who have been getting sold left, right, and center. Jez has been onto players years ago. There's players just tweeted. Jez was talking about Hojlund 2 years ago. Now look, there's players Jez would be talking about, whether he's tweeted or he puts in a group chat or both. He's talking about last year, 2 years ago. And now they're being spoken about. So if Jez can find them, others can find them. Shout out to my guy Jez, though. If Kaneki can find them, others scouts can find them. Professionals. But hey, people are going to continue to make excuses. See, Kaneki, as I said that, man, in the chat. I say, like, there's players out there. But yeah, you lot bump up the likes as well. You lot, again, this show is not normally Sunday 4:30 p.m. It's normally on Thursday at midnight. But we had to.
You can make it 4:30, you know. You can make it Sunday 4:30. Don't worry about that late kick off. Don't worry about it.
Yeah. Wait till United are playing Arsenal 4:30 Sunday. You jump.
Right, it's a Sunday. Yeah, but watch along, bro.
And to Jesse, he says, is our scouting great like that? No, but you know who I trust to go and locate a player like that? At Ten Hag, one of the coaches. They don't. 100%. The same way he went and found, the same way he brought Martinez. Because when we signed, when Ten Hag joined Manchester United, there was nobody was talking about, Manchester United need to go get Martinez. That wasn't the conversation. It was not like, go get him from Ajax.
Well, actually, he wanted
and Timber was first option. Yeah, Timber was but even Timber, the conversation with fans was
why he didn't get Timber wasn't it to do with the Netherlands World Cup squad?
Yeah.
With Van Gaal.
And to Jesse, who says late night stream tonight. Yes, Q&A at midnight, people. Q&A at midnight, right here on the channel where we answer all your sporting questions.
Do you know what song I've got in my head, bro?
Confirm.
And I feel like Arsenal need to come out to it every season, every game. Each season, every game. Have you heard Nas's new album?
I've not actually listened to it. I know he did a feature with 50, so I'm going to check it out.
But 50's a waste, man. I won't get. Obviously, I know this ain't a music podcast, so I won't go into it. But 50's a waste, man, bro. He rapped for like 30 seconds, and then the rest of the.
What was the 30 seconds saying? No,
he just spoke. He didn't even rap for 30 seconds. He rapped for like 10 seconds, and then he just spoke. He was like, yeah, man, you know how it go. Queen in the house. Yeah. You know, I'm like, the whole time, I'm like, are you going to rap? You're going to fucking rap. But yeah, but now there's a song on there, called Irvin Magic Johnson, yeah. And that song is in my head, fam. Oh my!
Oh yeah, man. That's it, man. Magic Johnson and to L1 Triangle. Let me just get to this. Who says? But you haven't named anyone. Let me get to this. L1 Triangle. I am not a scout. That's why I haven't named anybody, because it's not my job. I am not a scout for Manchester United Football Club. This is why I don't need to name anybody. I hate when people use this argument.
He's the biggest scout at United.
I am not a scout. It's not my job. I don't watch enough football.
That's his secret job.
I don't watch enough football. I'm not watching football in Italy. I'm not watching football in Spain. I'm not watching football in France,
everywhere, every day.
Germany, and Portugal. It is not my job to do so. You know what I'm saying? It is not my job. What are you talking about? Oh, you haven't named anyone. It's not my job to name anybody. What are we talking about? It's not my job to go find Martinez and look at the impact he had. Yeah, God of Frogs. I'm not Strasbourg Steve. Shout out to Strasbourg Steve. He could be a scout. He could be a scout.
ITK flawless, yeah.
Yeah, and people stop running with that shit. You know what I'm saying? Who timed him out? Did someone time out L1 Triangle? Y'all can't do math. Said half of what? Was Mount not 60 M's? So it's half of 60, not 30. Or was he talking to someone else? Hey, why'd you man time him out, man? Don't time him out. Lay him back. Out of context, allow it, man. Allow it. Let me untime him, man. Let me untime him.
Oh, by the way, out of context, I'm not dissing 50. I'm not dissing 50 as a. I'm not saying he's a waste man as a person. He's just a waste man for that verse, if you can call it a verse. For his 4 bars. Didn't even
I
do
was
it
just
16.
4 bars. All right, first. But yeah,
I don't know. No, I don't even know.
I despise this debate when people say you haven't named anyone. I'm not a scout. It's not my job. I'm watching the football. But yeah, on timing.
Don't let him lie to you.
On timing. Yeah, Jordan Brown, he said, you see, LOL, but yes, I'm telling him unblock him. And he was kind of rude, innit? So
what did he say? I didn't actually see the comment.
He said something about do the math or something. Oh no, he said it to out of context. Did he say it to out of context? Did he say it to me? I'm not sure.
If he said it out of context, then out of context.
If he said it to out of context, that's what it is. Hold up.
I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I think he said it. He said it to someone, so he was kind of rude. He didn't need to be rude, innit?
Oh,
that's
sorry.
it.
Yeah, because I wanted to say that earlier when you brought that comment up as well about people. I tell you the worst channel to go on. Funny enough, and I said his name earlier. Funny enough, but this has nothing to do with what I was saying earlier. One of the worst channels to go on is Johnny's, because if you say you can say anything. You don't even have to be rude, bro. You could literally just say anything that disagrees with him, and then that's it. The mods will block you. Not time you out. They'll block you, bro.
Yeah.
Like I can't. You know, I can't. Like every time I watch his streams, like, I can't even like type. I can't chat. I can't put anything on the chat. I have to make up different YouTube names, and I'm not doing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, but on this channel, we don't do. The only time you would see someone get like blocked or timed out on that sense is if, like Flawless was saying, if you're actually being personally, if you're being
he told him do the math. Rude. So like that's what it is. But you're out of context unblocking. L1, are you back? I think he's back anyway. I actually wanted to
if you're being too right, we wouldn't just like if you disagree with us on a football opinion, we're not gonna block you on that. No. Do you know what I mean? If I'm sitting here as an Arsenal fan saying, I think Jesus is the best striker in the world, then you're telling me, well, no, like Lukaku is. I'm just saying, I'm just using fucking examples.
L1, I think you're back, my guy.
And you're telling me Lukaku is. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, he's disagreeing with me, chat. Block him. That's not what it is over here, bro. Mm-hmm. Just don't be rude. When you come over here, you banter away. Mm-hmm. And the one thing a lot of people make a mistake as well is they think they're being banterous, but if you're new to the chat and we don't know you, in your head you're being banterous, but we don't know you. If you're in the chat more often, and then you're a bit rude, so we know who you are, then it's different then. But some people don't understand, like if this is your first time on Sarcasm City in the chat, and then you're seeing half the chat getting rude to us, but they're man them or they're girl them, like they're regulars basically.
Facts.
And you feel like you can jump on that bandwagon. You don't feel like you can be. Do you know what I mean? Like get to know us.
And then you run your bands. It's like me and you trolling each other. Me and you can do that, but outside the can.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. No, exactly.
That's exactly what it is. And our context is what Charlie's. Was he being this? All right, fair enough. Then if he was treading on thin ice, it is what it is. And Jordan, if you call someone that and you get blocked, you know what time it is. That's on you, Jordan. Just putting that out there. It is. But yeah, if he was, but people always say this again. All it is started in regards to Mount and look where it went to, but you haven't named anyone. Like, let me repeat, I am not a scout. It's not my job to name players who we should sign. I'm not paid. I'm not an employee of Manchester United Football Club.
I'm tweeting that, bro.
I'm not an employee. Yeah, please do.
I'm not a scout.
I'm not a scout. Please. You know what I'm saying in that? 100%. Yeah, Carmen United. Yeah. Want myself to the channel. People always making excuses.
Who do you think you should have signed?
Yeah, like I give my opinion. People are like, oh well, you can't name players who are better. It's not my job to. I don't watch football like that outside the Premier League.
Yeah, trust.
I'm saying, but you can go get
football. Don't take over my life like that. It used to. When I was young, it used to, but
it already does because this is now work. So it's kind of like I'm talking football all day long. So it's kind of like man takes a break.
But for you, it's different though. Obviously,
he's back. Hey, L1, you shouldn't have said what you said to him, innit? You know what I'm saying? That's on you, my guy. You shouldn't have said what you said to him.
I won't say that.
Yeah, you should have said that. You shouldn't have said what you said to him. Like, that's on you. Yeah.
I don't even know what you said to him. What did he say?
He said do the maths or something like that because it was.
Was that?
I thought it was like me. We're talking about him. To be honest, football is more of a system game now to get your argument flawless. But the type of players you are asking for are a dying breed. No. They're not a dying breed. They're few and far between. I do agree with you on that, Vance. They are few and far between. But guess what? Other teams go and find them. Where does City get all these players from? Why do Real Madrid go and find these players? Why do Liverpool go and find these players? Why do teams who have been successful? Why do other teams who have been successful in the past 10 years are able to go and locate these players, but we can't? Are these players few? Yes, they're the top percent. I'm asking for the top 1% in the world of football, 110%. Like that's what I'm asking for. So no, in terms of their dying breed, no, they're few and far between. But if City can manage to get them, if Liverpool can get them, if Chelsea can get them at times, if Spurs can find them at times, well, not Spurs, they ain't been successful, but I use the most successful teams in the past 10 years.
Compared to Mount transfer.
Seen. He said at least half a month. He went talking. Yeah, he went talking to me. I didn't know in it because so obviously people be having. But like I was saying, City find these players. Liverpool have found these players. Chelsea have signed these players. To my knowledge, they've been the three most successful teams in the past 10 years. I think, quote me on that, in the Premier League. Then you can add a Real Madrid, you can add a Bayern Munich, etc. to that. So these players you can go and find. So yeah, am I asking for the top? Am I asking for a small percentage of the players? Yes, but we're Manchester United. Don't we want to get back to the top? Is that not the aim? Are we just going to be happy with, well, he can run around a lot and he's energetic and he's an athlete who can run. Yeah, just beat me. All right, cool. So when we fall short, don't act surprised.
Don't be upset. Short, you know what I'm saying? Don't be like, well, we need this.
You know what's crazy? We're going to fall short and then these same fans are going to be in this chat. Match day 1, match day 10, match day 25. And when we're way off the top of the league and we get bounced in the Champions League, why do we get bounced? Well, why these players? This is why I'm not shocked. But all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? I've already know what it is.
Who have Liverpool found? I can't think of it. Bro, think about what they would have got successful with nobody.
Who did they find? Go look at their team that won the Premier League and the Champions League.
I'm about to say, look at the team that won the Premier League and the Champions League, bro. Fuck.
They had a team
that won the back in that. You know what I mean? Didn't they Champions League and then it was a Premier League then.
Yeah, it was a Premier League.
No, it was the Champions League, then the Premier League, wasn't it? Yeah.
So yes, they went and found players. They
found the players, bro.
They went to locate the players. Yes, the list goes on.
Salah, Mane, Van Dijk.
They went wait. They signed the front. They signed They signed the front three. Wait, before you go, come. They signed the front three from Hoffenheim, Southampton, and Fiorentina. So there's players out there. But I guarantee you, before they did that, before Klopp, we're having the same conversation, and people were talking about, why are we signing players from Fiorentina? Why are we signing players from Hoffenheim? Half this chat don't even know what color kit Hoffenheim playing. I don't. We don't be watching the Bundesliga.
White and blue. Or was that Schalke? No, that's
I think it's white and blue, but that's because I know their badge. That's it. The point.
I don't even know their badge.
The point. No. To Jordan Brown, who says, I thought you were talking young gems. No, I'm just talking general players, not young gems. Yeah. I'm talking just general.
No. If you're Jordan, if you're talking just young gems, then that's when it comes a lot tougher.
Yeah, but that's a different conversation. I'm talking about senior players because City don't have who's the young gems at City. You know what I'm saying? Who's the young gems when Liverpool was successful? Like, there was very few of them. Just go and sign quality. So this whole thing, you can't, and I agree, Vans, I always call you Vans because I can't pronounce your full name, but like, he's right in terms of, apart from it's a diamond.
Big up yourself, bro.
Yeah, big up Black Diamond every single time.
Yeah, trust, bro. Big up yourself, bro.
Yeah, man, you missed the action-packed show. I'm talking players of that caliber that have actually come good, let's say, in the last 5 to 10 years. Yeah, they're very few and far between, I agree. But City find them. Where City misses in the past 5 years? How many players have they signed in the past 5 years that have missed? You've had like Claudio Bravo, the striker they signed. I always forget his name. And then there's probably a couple others. More often than not, 95% of their players hit. So if Manchester City can have a 95% success rate, why can't we have an 85% success rate? 80%. Why can't we aim? Not even have a percentage. The aim should be to do that. I'm just saying aim. Go and try and Mason Mount is not that. Because he was available. And we were the only club who made an official bid and offered him a contract. Well, in it.
Well, like you're the only club that actually officially bid for him, I swear.
No one else didn't officially bid for him. There was interest.
Maybe it was just interest.
Interest, right. The same way Jez is interested in Beyonce. The same way Murtaz is interested in Rihanna.
Same way I'm interested in Selena Gomez, bruv. But that will come true. I'm telling you, we're the same age, bruv. I'm telling you. God's got me on that one. I'm telling you that.
It's the same shit. It's the same shit, man.
I know I got a family, by the way. I got a family. It's all love to my family. I got love for my family. But hey, Selena Gomez, you know what I'm saying? I risk it all for that guy, you know what I'm saying?
It's the same shit. It's the same thing, man. It's the same thing. But breaking, we're gonna rate Lewis because Elise, I know you lot are talking about Elise agrees personal terms with Chelsea. So head over to Lewis. I've enjoyed this show. Thoroughly. Ed says Liverpool offered, but they couldn't agree terms with Mount. Did they make an official bid? I didn't see them making an official bid. But my point is, I wish you would have went there, but we moved. You know what I'm saying in that. But we move. But hey, Selena Gomez is what Cam likes. But Cam, great show as always. Anything you want to add before we do indeed close out?
Before I say that, Jordan, I know, listen, I don't go for the 10-10s, you know, because these 10-10s nowadays are all fake. I go for the real life, you know, the real life 10-10s that no one considers them 10-10s because, you know, they're not fake and, you know. So, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, so you're going to go, man. Hey, and just to add on that, I crushed on that girl since the first day I saw her in Hannah Montana, bro, when I was like for fucking 14 years old, blood. 13 years old, however. So, allow me. But anyway, last thing I want to say in it about Arsenal and all that. Hey, listen. I know I said it once and I'll say it again. I'm not mad about the result. I'm not mad about the loss itself. I'm not mad about losing to United. What I'm mad about, the reason why I was mad, which a lot of people seem to misconceive with me, which you should know me by now. It's not like I'm new to the fucking thing. It's not like I've been on Twitter for a day. You know what I mean? Everyone should know me by now. I'm mad about the fact that I was half expecting us to go out last night. I'm not saying run away with it, win 7-0. I'm not saying that, but like I was expecting to see good things. I wanted to see what we're gonna bring into the next season. And what I saw last night was complete shit. And the reason why I'm mad at Havertz was because he's just proving. I don't care if it's pre-fucking season. He's proving the point on why I got mad at the fact we fucking signed him in the first place. That's about it. But yeah, man, hopefully, hopefully, I can't even say hopefully. Can't even put it in the same paragraph, let alone book with this guy, bro. Let's just hope Arsenal do all right, bro. That's all I can say.
Shakar, glad you enjoyed the show. He says, great show. Subscribe for more great shows. Yeah, make sure you bump up the likes. We're at 144. Get us to 150 people. Get us up to 150 likes. We're at 7,276 subscribers. Let me just refresh that. We're at 7,279. One more. Get us to 7,280 people. Don't forget.
How many are you in the chat right now?
Over 100 still left in the chat.
There's 100 of you. I know, bruv, at least 70 of you I probably ain't fucking subscribed, bruv. Like,
hit the subscribe button.
One of you just hit the subscribe button.
Hit the subscribe button, hit the likes. Don't forget as well, people, if this is your favorite show on the channel, Manchester United Arsenal show, Man United, we're going to talk from the Arsenal. There is a playlist for this show on the channel. Playlist for this show, playlist for all the other shows. So if this is your favorite, you can go and check the playlist. Like there's a summer transfer window playlist. There's a playlist from last season. And once the season starts back, there'll be what's it called? Yeah, 100% love that. There'll be
just saw it now.
Absolutely love that. I want to
get it. Love that, man. I want to put it there.
Yeah. Get that blown up big, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm gonna
blow that up big, 100%. Where was I? Yeah, I was saying, yeah, sorry, and there will be. It's cool now. That's the right thing, yeah, man. R.I.P. every single time, man.
Yeah, big up shot, man.
Every single time. I know. If he was, you know what I'm saying, still, I know he up there, like, you know what I'm saying, laughing about this.
If he was here, bro, this show, you know, weekly, this show, oh my Lord,
Havertz, you know, big up Shucks every single time.
Trust me, bro, I miss that guy, bro.
But yeah, there is a playlist for this. There will be a new playlist for this show as well once the season starts back as well. And again, people, don't forget, we are available on audio-only platforms, people. SoundCloud, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you listen to podcasts, type in Sarcasm City TV and we will pop up. We're not just a YouTube show, not just a Twitch. No, we're not just a YouTube channel, not just a Twitch channel. We're actually on podcast platforms, people. So make sure you follow the SoundCloud, leave us a comment on there. The Spotify, make sure you follow on there and 5-star us on there. And same for the iTunes as well. 5-star us and write us a review as well. If you want to listen while you're cooking, while you're cleaning, while you're at work, while you're on your way to work. You might be at the gym, or you might just not want to have the YouTube app open. You might just want to listen audio in it while you're on the move, getting about, doing whatever you're doing, people. So love to everyone who's locked into L1 Triangle who says I'll be back. Yeah, well, you can't be rude, innit? If you weren't rude to out of context, like that's what it is. But we move. But yes, love to everyone who has locked in. You lot are real ones, for real. We're back midnight, Sarcasm City Sports Q&A, and I will be updating the upcoming live stream schedule on the YouTube and on the Twitch as well. And don't forget, the fan calling shows will be back on Twitch, people. Fan calling shows will be back on Twitch Tuesday, Thursday, 8:30 p.m. UK times as well. So anyone who wants to actually get on this, Football is the Game said that. Anyone who wants to get on the channel, Twitch people.
Oh yeah, I know. I'll tell you after the stream.
Yeah. Tell me after. It's cool. But I love to everyone who's locked in. This has been the Manchester United Arsenal show. Mandem United.
I didn't do my weekly thing, bro. I can't. You know what I mean?
Mandem United beats the Gunner Top for the Arsenal podcasts live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big up for tuning in. And go tell Lewis Chelsea is shit. Big up.